Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and in this video we're going to go into the vortex and we're going to dive in to see exactly what happens on day 196, which as of the time of recording is less than 2 days away, but for you watching this it'll probably be around less than a day or so for this to be released. So the big question is A, how much is in the vortex, and B, when does it get released? Okay, so and how does it get released? What happens there? Is it an all one shot event? Is it something different? What's going on there? So stay tuned to the answers for the answers in this video. Now, as we can see, if we click on the Vortex tab here under buy and burn at app.hyper.win, we're going to go and look at $908,000 in ETH and $215,000 in TitanX. Now, where does this come from? This comes from 8% of ETH miners. So 8% of all ETH coming in to mine Hyper gets routed into the buy and burn here. And we can see this ends up right here. But why is this so big? The answer to that is because the first 98-day cycle that this is supposed to have, like it says here, this happens in a fully decentralized way through the smart contract every 98 days. Now, the first, if you read the white paper, you would see this, the first 98-day cycle was skipped. So the next time, or the first time, I should say, that this actually goes off is day 196 because of that skipping of the first cycle. Because of that, we have a fairly large amount of ETH and TitanX in this vortex, and it's about 1.1 million in total value. So that's significant, but here's a question that we're all asking about this. Is it a one-stop shop or a one-shot deal? What's going to happen? Is it just going to inject into the price chart? We're just going to go to the moon? Not exactly. So when day 196 comes along, the ETH and the TitanX simply just get added to the buy TitanX and Hyper buy and burn smart contracts, and they will slowly be able to be called over time. Right now, you got 5.3 billion TitanX is callable every 180 minutes at $3,350, and you also have $2,300 in ETH being called as well. So now that we understand that this is just going to get added, what we can say is, well, these buy and burns are going to be juicy because you're going to have basically an extra 200 and I believe it's 15K in the Hyper buy and burn. So this is going to bring this one up to 840K in TitanX buy and burn, or the Hyper buy and burn. And then if we go to the buy TitanX contract, we're going to get an extra basically 900K. So we're taking this total to about $4.2 million that's sitting in the Hyper and buy TitanX buy and burns for a total of around 3.3 or $3.4 million in the TitanX with ETH, or buy TitanX with ETH contract, and about 840K of TitanX that's going to go specifically to buying Hyper. Now, this is significant because as we go into the phase of TitanX where it is beginning to become deflationary, well, you know, this is one of a number now of buy and burns or mechanics that are built into this entire ecosystem to really pump TitanX. And not only just pump it, okay, the more important thing is to reduce supply. I mean, pumping's great, but the important thing, at least in my opinion, is to reduce supply so scarcity increases, which then translates, hopefully, theoretically, to a price increase, okay? And with the millions of dollars, like you've seen in my previous videos that are in the multiple buy and burns, this is huge. So I don't know if we can even speculate on the amount of ETH and the interval, or the amount of TitanX and the interval increasing anytime soon. But, you know, that's always a possibility. So a nice slow burn of burning Hyper and a nice slow burn of buying up TitanX is on the menu for the future. And I hope that clears up the air around the vortex. I just want to make a very quick video to dispel anyone thinking that it's going to be a one-shot deal. We're going to get like $1.1 million just injected into Hyper. That's a slow process. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope this made the vortex just very plain and simple to understand. And again, this is also the same for every cycle. So as mining keeps coming in for Hyper, the vortex just will keep building up, and every 98 days, it's going to get released. Really that simple. But that's enough for me. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, go and smash the like and make sure you're subscribed for much more content like this. And go check out my links to my Mastermind, which is basically over half full now and is very limited spots. In that, I think there's less than 14 at this point, as well as my one-on-one calls for 1 hour or 30 minutes. And if you want to understand the implications of stuff like the buy and burn, how it is going and affecting supply, how many miners are coming in, all sorts of dynamics that can get you way ahead of the game, especially because Hydra's coming out and Hydra is going to be on this tool that I mentioned in my last video. In the description, there's a link to TitanXHub Premium built by Mike Dean with a coupon code for 10% off if you want to do that. And I would highly recommend it. It gets you so far ahead of the crowd, gives you such a big advantage. I could not recommend it more. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.